All right, Jeff Zimmerman here with the number one WB ranked super lightweight contender, the always exciting Kenneth Bossman Sims Jr. How you doing, Kenneth?
How you doing? I'm good. I'm good.
You hadn't had an intro like that in some time, man.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Well, listen, man, we're going to get into your fight, or we're going to talk about what's coming up here August 10th, I
Mhm.
believe at Mandalay Bay.
Yes, sir.
But I want to go back to your last fight, man, when you literally stole the show
Thank you.
against Akhmedov. I mean, that was a throwback fight. I mean, I have no other way to put it back to me growing up, the 70s and 80s. If you saw Twitter today or yesterday, you saw Sugar Ray Leonard against Donnie Lalonde, light heavyweight, where they just
Yes, sir.
yeah, man. And it reminded me back to those days. Take us back to that fight. Your right eye was swollen shut. It was
Mhm.
nip and tuck. What do you remember?
It was a tough fight. I remember going into it. I expected it to be a tough fight. I think I kind of I made it a little tougher than it should have been. I think I felt going into the fight, looking at his record, nine wins, eight knockouts. I was going into the fight thinking he was, even though I watched and I knew he wasn't like a super big puncher, but I was going into the fight thinking he had more power than I ended up feeling when I got in there. So that kind of shifted my mindset, and that's probably why I stood there a lot more, which was great for entertainment. But I ended up getting headbutted a lot, and my eye was swelling up. I couldn't see the last two rounds. The ref had came over and asked me. Of course, I just said yeah, I did because he asked me, and I just did my best to like open it, but I couldn't see out of my right eye the last two rounds.
But yet you came on strong too. I mean, it was back and forth.
Yeah, I just refused to lose. I knew that was my moment to show that I belonged. So I just had to bite down and get through it.
Now you said you underestimated his punching power. Is that
Over.
overestimated?
Yeah. Yeah, I overestimated. Nah, I don't want to say overestimated. Of course, he can punch. He only went the decision once, but I just when I got in there, I just was like, "Bro, that's it. Pretty much, that's what it is."
Yeah.
Yeah, like he would hit me, and I would be like that's it, because he didn't hurt me in the fight. So I was just like, "Okay." Well, he
Yeah.
hurt me with a body shot after the bell in the 11th round. Like the bell rung, and then he hit me to the body, and I was like, but I don't think that counts because it was after the bell.
Right, right. Well, the pain's still there. The pain
Yeah.
doesn't go away after the bell. But what did you learn about yourself as a fighter though? Because that was a 12 round fight. So I mean that's a championship fight.
I mean, I didn't really learn anything about myself, anything new that I didn't know already. Like I showed the the other people that haven't seen it in me. I showed them, but as far as me learning something about myself in that fight, nothing that I learned about myself. I learned about like probably something from boxing wise, like experience. But as far as like just myself, mentally, physically, emotionally, anything like that, I don't really think I learned anything from that because I had confidence in myself going into it, so I already knew what I could do and what I was capable of.
Yeah. Well, as someone that's been watching boxing many years, to go through adversity like that with a closed eye, a lot of guys would have taken the way, taken
Yeah,
the easy way out, I guess,
yeah, for sure.
and so I think you gained a lot of fans that night.
Yeah, because I don't know when it's a closed eye, right? If it's a headbutt, do they go to the cards?
I believe after 4 rounds.
Yeah. So like I don't. It was for sure headbutts, but that didn't even cross my mind.
Yeah, 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 and we know in boxing these days, you never know, right? What
Mhm.
those cards are going to say, and
Yeah, for sure.
Oshaki Foster being the latest one who
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, I haven't talked to one person who thought he lost that fight.
Yeah, I didn't think he lost at all. Maybe 2 or 3 rounds if you want to be nice. But I thought that was a clear win for him. I'm glad the WBC mandated the rematch because that was crazy. He shouldn't be a former world champion. He should still be champ.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Listen, man, you hadn't fought since that fight.
Mhm.
You left PBC and now with Golden Boy, looking to make your debut with them on August 10th. But I was communicating with Julie the other day, and you're facing the TBA, the
Yeah,
to be announced. What's going on there?
I don't even know. I can't even tell you. We're trying to figure it out. We had two guys that signed contracts and everything, but they had some issues on their end. So we just I'm just waiting to hear what's next, who's next, whatever. But whoever it is, I'm ready. I've been training hard, getting a lot of good sparring. So whoever it is, I'll be ready.
Yeah, that's excuse me. That's crazy though. This close to a big fight like that,
Yeah,
and you don't have an opponent.
yeah.
But
It's frustrating a little bit, but I just look at myself as I might be able to adapt. So I'll be ready for whatever style they bring. I've been getting a lot of good sparring, so I feel sharp. I feel great. Feel in shape. Been sparring 10 rounds, 12 rounds. So I didn't really know. I'm ready for whatever, as
yeah,
I need to be at all times anyway. So
right, right. What is the plan with Golden Boy, and what kind of brought you to work with Oscar and B Hop and the team?
uh, after I split from PBC, we was just shopping around, and Golden Boy was just showed me what I liked the most. Gave me a plan for this fight and the next fight. The most important thing for me is getting active. So they promised me that, and that was important for me because this is my career. So I need to get in there. I got a family to take care of. Got 2 kids, so I need to fight. But overall, they just laid out a plan for me for the future, just to get to where I want some like big fights. I wanted big fights. I want big names. I want to make my mark in the sport. So it seemed like everything they were saying and everything they put in the deal was looking good to me and the team. So that's what we decided to go with because it was the best deal on the table.
And you got two Hall of Famers, Oscar De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins,
Mm-hmm.
as your promoter. Have you had any conversations just like in the ring, outside the ring type of stuff? I know B Hop's always
Uh,
giving advice, and
no,
Oscar.
I haven't met him yet.
Oh,
I'm sure I'll meet him fight week. But I've been talking to Eric Gomez. We talked to Eric Gomez a lot, but I haven't met Oscar and Bernard yet. So look forward to that.
yeah, yeah. Can certainly pick their brain.
Actually, I met Bernard, but that was before I was with him. So
Okay. Yeah. He's a great resource for a lot of fighters out there. But going into this fight, Kenneth, let me ask you this because again, going back to your last fight, I can see where you would not be on top of anybody's list, anybody's list to fight. You're tough, you hang in there, you could box, you can
yeah,
brawl, you could kind of do it all. And I think you even switch it a little bit, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, a lot. I fought most of the last fight southpaw.
Yeah, like your buddy Bud Crawford.
Yeah,
What do you think you're avoided? Because your name doesn't get brought up very much at the 140-pound weight class.
mm, I'm realistic, so yeah, I think so. But the people that I think avoid me, they have a valid reason, I guess. I'm a tough out for anybody. It's not going to no everybody knows that. So I think right now with Golden Boy is just a matter of me just they them helping me build my name up, you know, so that way. it'll be harder for them to avoid me for they can't say that they don't get anything out of it. So this August 10th, I want to go out there and put on a great show, just so I get that start getting that recognition, and then they can't avoid me. They can't say, "Nah, we don't want to fight him," because I want to make people clamor. People want to see me fight some of those top guys and see what they could do with me.
Right, right. And Golden Boy's doing that right now with Zepeda, who's ranked number one in, at 135 in all the classes. So it's kind of, once you're at that point, it's
Mm-hmm.
you kind of have to, right? You kind of have to get in the
Yeah,
ring.
so that's just the plan, just to go out there every fight and dominate and make them guys have to get in the ring with me.
Excuse me. Let's talk about your class though, because it has slowly become a stat class. You got Tio up there, you got Paro, Puello, Pitbull, Devin Haney potentially coming back, or whether he moves to 147. You got Barboza, who's also signed with Golden Boy.
Yeah, I
Um,
want to fight him.
you want to fight him?
Yeah, I've been wanting to fight him for years, for like 3 years, I think. After I fought Elvis Rodriguez when he was with Top Rank, they offered me that fight for the first time, and I wanted it. Then they offered it to me like two more times, and I wanted it, but he always said no. So we with the same promoter now, so maybe we can make it happen. I know he's fighting Jose Ramirez soon, I think.
Oh, is that the next big fight?
I've been seeing on Twitter and stuff about him and Ramirez fighting in September. So hopefully, maybe I get the winner of that. Whatever, whoever wins, either one of them, I don't care. Because Ramirez beat me at the Olympic trial, so that's that. And I don't forget the losses. So
I think you told me that the one of the
and
last times
I
we
remember the
spoke.
score is 23-22. I thought I should have won, but hey, it's the pros now. It don't matter. Hopefully, I can get one of those guys. If
Well,
if not if not a world title shot that I think I deserve. So hopefully the world title shot is next. But if that's not next, then I just want a name, somebody that's one of the top guys, and I can go out there and show that I belong at that spot.
yeah, I mean, you mentioned Jose, who's now with Golden Boy. You
Mm-hmm.
got Arnold now with Golden Boy. Former top ranked guys. Isaac Cruz, it seems like he would fight anybody in a
Yeah,
back alley.
yeah,
Um, who's on? I mean, you mentioned Arnold. You'd love to fight him, but if he's fighting Ramirez next, who do you like? I mean, now it's kind of a few weeks out, so I don't know getting someone at that level, but
Uh, for this fight, it's not gonna be nobody for that level. This fight, but I just want a person. I want somebody that is respected in the game to just take that chance and get in there with me. Uh, like I know they fighting already. Ramirez, Barboza, Isaac Cruz, any of those guys that at 140 TO. Like I don't know if you saw when his last fight, I got offered that fight too. His last fight, they talked about it during the broadcast that he picked Claggett out of me, Elvis Rodriguez, and Murataya, and he picked Claggett out of those four guys. So I just want anything of that caliber to just show that I belong at that level. Like, and I know I could beat any of those guys. So.
now you live in Vegas now, right?
Nah, nah,
You're
nah.
Chicago, still Chicago?
Yeah, Chicago, just do camp out here.
Just do camp out there. Who have you been?
Which I didn't know. I didn't know when I was fighting, so I've been out here for a while.
Who have you been working with? Anybody
Uh,
we
I've been
know?
sparring this camp. I sparred with Brian Flores. He's fighting Lindolfo Delgado the same day I fight on that top rank card. Then I spar Venado Lopez, the 126 champ. He the main event on that card. Sparred Caleb Plant like maybe a month and a half ago. I was sparring Tank before the Frank Martin fight. I was sparring him a lot. Um, and my guy DJ Zamora, he just signed with Top Rank. He just had his Top Rank debut a couple weeks ago. But I've been getting a lot of good work out here.
What about you? Devin, you, Ryan. If when Ryan comes back, you Tank down the road.
Yeah, I didn't say their names but Tank said he ain't going to 140, so I don't. And I ain't say Devin or Ryan because both of them been on the internet saying they taking time off.
Yeah,
So and Ryan, I don't really want to talk about him right now. Him and his rants kind of throw me off, so I don't even acknowledge him at this point for now.
yeah. Well, a year goes by fast, though. We know that,
Yeah.
but I hear you. You got to focus on what's in front of you. You and Bud, have you talked to Bud lately? He's
No, I
moving
haven't
in.
talked to him.
You haven't talked to him?
No, I haven't talked to him in a while, actually.
He's going up to 154, fighting a guy, Madrimov, who, like Akhmedov, not a lot of fights, but big amateur career.
Mhm.
What are your
Yeah, they
thoughts
train
on?
together. They got the same coach. I seen that, Joel
Okay,
Diaz.
yeah. What are your thoughts on that fight for Bud and moving up to 154?
Uh, I haven't really watched Madrimov. I just, I mean, I got supreme confidence that Terrence Bud Crawford is going to win the fight because I think he's unarguably one of the top three fighters in the entire sport. Beside, no matter what weight class, him, Inoue, and Usyk are interchangeable at that pound for pound spot. But I think I've seen Bud in there sparring with big guys, like really big guys, super middleweights, heavyweight. I've seen him spar heavyweight before, real sparring, not him just in there moving around with heavyweight, like real sparring with heavyweight. So he's a lot. He's strong. I think the Spence fight kind of showed people that he's really physically strong. So of course you got to see how he acclimates to the new weight class. I think with his experience and everything, he'll be fine. I think he's at the end of the day, he's just a smart fighter, one of the smartest fighters in the game. So
Yeah.
he'll find a way to pull it off and try to get that them titles at a new weight class, and he'll be the first. I seen he said he want to be the first three weight class undisputed. So that's I think that'll put him. Arguably, you argue he one of the well, you already can argue he one of the greatest, but you have to put him in the top. Like maybe he might be the greatest of all time if he wins undisputed at 154 too.
Well, he's got bigger dreams than that with Canelo, right?
Oh
So,
yeah, I forgot about that.
um, what are your thoughts on that fight? I mean, he talks about it being the Crawford air. Obviously, Canelo to a lot of people is the face of boxing still, the Canelo air. But I think that's part of the reason he wants to fight him to show it truly is his air.
I think that's a winnable fight for him. Of course, Canelo's bigger, but as far as like, I guess if you go like off measurements, Bud's taller. Bud has longer arms, so I think it'll be an interesting fight to look at. Like, I don't think Bud will go in there trying to knock him out. I think his plan will be to outbox him.
Mhm.
So it'll be. I think it's a good fight. Like I said before, I seen Bud in there with like really big guys. So I'll be interested in seeing it.
Well, he was in with a big guy recently, Andre Ward, uh,
Oh yeah.
sparring, sharing the ring.
Yeah.
What did you think of them mix it, getting in there, working out?
I think for my generation, that's a big thing because those two are the guys that a lot of guys that came up with me, they we look at them as like, I mean, of course Floyd, but Floyd's done like been gone for a minute. So like me coming up, Andre Ward and Terrence Crawford, those are like the Floyd Mayweathers kind of, I guess if you say like of my generation. So it just put a smile on your face to see that.
Yeah, yeah, and it looks like Andre. I know I interviewed him a few months back in Dallas, and he was on his book signing tour, and he said, no plans to come back, but
Yeah,
it
I don't
just
think he's back.
what's that?
I don't think he's coming back. I think he's done. I think he's happy like being retired. I think he enjoys it. I seen him he interviewed Bud. I don't know if it's out yet, but I seen a clip of it.
All the smoke?
But Yeah, but I asked him would he come back for 100K, and he was like, he had to pray on it. I
100
mean,
million.
100 mil. I was saying 100K, 100 mil. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And what did Bud tell him? That God would
He
tell
said,
him.
yeah, he said he'll come back for sure. I'm pretty sure he'll come back too.
Yeah. Yeah. And, it's crazy because, Andre has said he's gotten some big offers out there and, nothing's brought him back yet. But even Terrence said if he
Yeah,
retired,
he'll come back for one more.
one more. Yeah. That's tough, man. 100 million.
Yeah,
100
I
million.
don't know too many people who wouldn't come back for that. Probably no one that wouldn't come back for that. So,
What do you think is going to happen with Shakur? He's one of the most, if not most skilled fighter in the world. And if he doesn't knock somebody out or boxes a little bit, he gets a lot of blowback from the fans. What are your thoughts on just what he should do and just his style and so forth?
uh, I mean, I think the main objective is to win. Uh, so he does that, and I think until somebody can stop him from winning, then I don't know what everybody complaining about.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all I think. I just think if you can't beat him, then you can't talk trash about him, especially other boxers. So it's just like there's gonna be criticism, of course. Everybody got their opinion, but he winning, and that's the most important thing in this sport is to win.
Yeah, yeah. Nobody remembers when you're retired. They
Mhm.
don't remember.
I remember, oh, he beat this guy, he beat this guy, he beat this guy. They don't say like they ain't gonna remember like go back. Somebody might remember, but it don't matter because he won. They go back like, oh, that fight was boring, but he won.
Yeah. Floyd didn't knock everybody out either, though, right?
Yeah,
So
but he won.
he won. What about him and Shushu going at it? I know, you got it. You seem like you're above the fray with, you got relationships with a lot of these guys. Were you surprised that him and Shushu went at it a little bit on social?
Nah, I mean, Shakur was just. I mean, I'm saying he was just venting and responding to anybody who said had something to say about him.
Yeah,
Which I don't. Hey, if that's how he want to do it, then that's cool. Like I talked to Shakur maybe a week ago, a couple days ago. Like I don't really like I know him personally, so I know when he gets to that level, like ain't no telling him to calm down. It's not no telling him to, yo, can you chill out, bro? Chill. Like I just like I told her, I'm like, hey, I know when you get in that mode, just hit me later or something. I'll hit you later. Like
yeah. He's ultra competitive.
also also I think that I've seen an interview or something, and she was kind of like doing the interview, and he was like saying what Shakur should have did or something like that. And that's what I think the part about that made Shakur mad, that one specifically, is because he knows Shushu personally.
Yeah,
So I say, like I was talking to someone in the gym, I won't say who, but he said he talked to Shakur after the fight and he like said what he thought, but he went to Shakur directly and he directly messaged him, which I think Shakur feels like if you know me personally and you know me like as a person out like outside of boxing or whatever, if you think you can give me some constructive advice or criticism, you can come directly to me. Don't publicize or try to say, "Oh, he should did this" publicly when you could talk to me.
yeah. Fair point. Fair point. It's a different world nowadays, right? With social media and
Yeah, that's all.
you know. Um, but I won't keep you much longer here. I'm here with Kenneth Sims Jr. Got a big fight August 10th. We're just not sure who that opponent is, but big card out in Mandalay Bay in Las
Yeah,
Vegas on the Virgil Ortiz Jr. Bohachuk card. How excited are you to fight, on that card?
I'm just excited to fight. Period.
Yeah.
It's been a over a year, almost been, I think 15 months exactly. Because I fight the 10th. My last fight was May 11th. So yeah, pretty much 15 months on the nose. It's been a while. I've been in the gym. I've been training. Been sparring. Been doing everything I need to do to stay sharp. But it's different. It's different. A fight is different. So I just want to. I'm excited to get that feeling back.
Let me ask you this, and I was going to ask you at the beginning, Kenneth. I got family from Chicago. My dad's from Chicago. What is it like representing a city like Chicago that historically has been a fight town?
Uh, I don't know, but I'm very proud to be from Chicago. Like I'm from like Chicago is like it's a part of me. I think me. I don't know if I'm old enough to actually remember Chicago as a fight town. So all my since I've been boxing, since I since I can remember, Chicago's been like a basketball town. I know it was always a basketball town, but
Yeah,
I haven't experienced it being like a boxing town. And hopefully, like that's one of my goals to like change that a little bit, bring some fights to the city, get a title, bring a fight there, you know. So I want to help make it a boxing city again.
yeah, that would be really cool. It's a great city, no doubt. I'm trying to get back there sometime soon myself,
Yeah,
but
I'm trying to get back there too. I can't wait to fight so I can go home.
right, right. Also, talk about you had an Emmy nominated documentary
Uh-huh.
that I don't think a lot of people know about.
Yeah, yeah, they don't because it's not available anywhere right now. It released on Showtime during COVID also, so it was during COVID, so people probably didn't weren't able. But came out in 2020. It's called Ringside. The director, he's from Germany. He followed me for maybe 8 years, 8 or 9 years. So it's like in the documentary, it shows like amateur stuff, shows like me at the Olympic trials, shows me signing my first contract as a professional. It shows me getting my first car. It shows my pro debut. It shows me fighting at Madison Square Garden. So they were there for a lot.
Wow, wow, yeah, man, you gotta push that out a little bit.
Yeah, I gotta I will as soon as I know where to tell people they can watch it at. I guess they just trying to find the outlet to put it back on because the deal with Showtime expired. So
Netflix is there.
yeah, I hope so. That's the biggest one. So I hope they can figure out a deal with that. But I'll figure something out and let people know where they can watch it as soon as I get the chance.
Yeah, you're too young, but there was a documentary of two basketball players from
Hoop
Chicago.
Dreams. I'm not too young.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I seen it.
I
One of the
mean,
uh one of the producers on mine actually he worked on Hoop Dreams too.
really. I mean, that won awards, I believe. That was amazing.
Yeah, yeah. It's a big deal, especially in Chicago. It's a big deal. Hoop Dreams is a big deal.
Okay, yeah, and you mentioned, I mean, I know there's a basketball player that I think Ben Johnson that got
Hmm.
shot, the high school
Yeah,
player.
yeah. I know his brother. When I was a kid, his brother used to box with my dad.
You familiar with Windy City Boxing with Montel Griffin out there?
Hmm. Yeah, I know Montel.
Okay, yeah, he did some
I
pretty.
actually, maybe 2017, 18-ish. I sparred. Montel was training and stuff, and I sparred with him a couple of times.
Okay, yeah, he had a good career. And
Yeah, great.
his dad trained like Muhammad Ali and did some big
Yeah,
stuff.
I seen the pictures and stuff he posted and have in the gym and stuff.
Yeah, very cool, man. Well, listen, man, I appreciate it. I always love talking to you,
Thank you.
catching up. And I know you'll be posting it as soon
Yeah,
as
as soon as I
it's
know.
announced. I was telling Julie, I'm like, does he have a fight? Because I don't see anything on. Box
Oh
rec.
yeah, they haven't put anything on BoxRec besides Virgil and Bohachuk. So
All right, man. Well, you're a true fighter.
Dan Raphael, he got it on his schedule. So
Oh, okay. Okay.
yeah, but
Well, you
BoxRec don't have anything on there but the main event.
gotcha. I don't know many fighters that would, I mean, this point in your career where you're on the verge of a world title, that, a few weeks out from your next big fight with, a new promoter, and you don't have an opponent and you're as chill as you are. I don't know how many people
Yeah,
would be ready to take that fight, but that just shows what kind of fighter and what kind of person you are.
yeah, it's just boxing, you know. I've been doing it my whole life. Got to get in there and get it done, no matter what's across from you.
All right. Well, you heard it. Kenneth Sims Jr., boss man, ready to be the boss August 10th against TBA. Keep an eye on him. Future world champion right here. Has got some big fights lined up with Golden Boy, and great fighter, great energy, great everything. Appreciate the time, Kenneth.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, man.